Okay, so happy Thanksgiving 2020. What we're going to do is we're going to do collard greens and ham hocks in a slow cooker for Thanksgiving dinner, which is tomorrow. I'm making them a day early. So what I did is I put the ham hock, which is really actually a meaty one, in the crock pot. And this, I'm going to toss in all I'm going to do is toss in 1 yellow onion chopped up in 8 cups of water. And we're going to let this go for about 4 hours before we add the other ingredients, which will be garlic, a little apple cider vinegar, and the actual collard greens. So we're going to check back to you once this part of it is done. Okay, so I added 1 yellow onion, 1 tablespoon of garlic, and 8 cups of water to the crock pot and set it for 4 hours. So we're going to let this go. The meat should be falling off the bone by that time, and we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're about an hour away from the crock pot being done with the first 4 hours of the ham hock. So now I'm going to start cutting up the collard greens. It calls for 2 pounds of collard greens, but we got 3 just because. What I am going to do is I'm going to be cutting these heavier stems off and then just kind of cutting the leaves into ribbon shapes. And in about an hour, I'll be adding those. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like after I get done cutting these up. Okay, so I cut all the stems off. Just fold the leaf over and cut down the stem. They come right off. And then what I do is I fold the leaf over, cut them into like ribbon shapes. So they have these nice long pieces. I rinse them off, and then I'll be putting those into the crock pot. I have to do it in batches because the strainer is not big enough for all of them. So I'll do that. I'll toss them in the crock pot, and I will come back and show you what we got going on. So now what we're doing is the collard greens are all cut up. We also put a teaspoon of seasoned salt, a teaspoon of pepper, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in there. And these collards, as you probably already know, will really cook down. They're a lot like spinach. And once the rest of these collards are in, it's going to go for 2 more hours in the crock pot, a total of 6 hours. 4 hours for the ham hock and onions, and then an additional 2 hours with the ham hock and the greens in there. So we'll come back afterwards and show you what it looks like. So it's been 6 hours. I tasted the collard greens are amazing. We took the ham hock out, and we're going to take the meat off and put it back into here. And I'll show you the ham hock next. All right, so this is the ham hock. Very meaty one. A lot of the fat and the bone fell off, and the meat is extremely tender. So we're going to kind of tear that apart, chop the meat up, and put it into the collard greens, and then we'll show you a finished product. Okay, so I cut up the ham hock into pieces, toss it in the crock pot with the collard greens, and that's pretty much about it. Now, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so we'll put it in the fridge. What we might do tomorrow is add a little bit of chicken stock to it when we heat it up. But really, this is about it. So hope you enjoyed it. And let me know what you think.